Hi, David.
Hello, Hugo.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity for the interview. It's really nice,
Please, you're welcome.
and I did already the drawing of you as Darth
That's so
Vader.
nice.
I didn't.
My son will be very jealous of me.
Yeah.
Thanks, it's perfect, really.
Yes, I will send you a better resolution picture when I scanned it.
Okay, great. Thanks a
Okay.
lot, David.
So, should we start with the interview?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
I try to do my best. My English is not so fluent, but we'll try to do my best to answer all your questions.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay?
Great. So we start right off with the questions I already sent you.
Okay?
Yeah. So the first question is for every collector and every Star Wars fan, how did your fascination with Star Wars begin?
Well, as I told you, I think, if I remember properly, it started with the release of The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
It was in 90. I was at that time only 7 years old
Mm-hmm.
and living in Tunisia, where my parents were expatriates. I didn't know it then, but it was going to become the beginning of a great adventure indeed. And I remember one thing in particular, it's that scenes with Leia in a bikini had been deleted. Later, when I was at the secondary school, I spent also many times with friends of mine playing the Star Wars role-playing game.
Yeah.
So it's probably like this that all began. Yes, indeed.
Okay. And you come from Tunisia, or you have lived in Tunisia. That's awesome. That's where the first scenes of the Star Wars movie, as I've
No,
seen it.
unfortunately not. I left Tunisia. It was in 1984. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
and at that time I didn't know that the film was rushed in Tunisia. So I have never had the opportunity to visit the sets
Oh,
of the film. Unfortunately,
uh, that
but
would
I
have.
know the place very well.
Okay. So, did you enjoy the new movies, the prequel movies that came out a few years ago?
Well, David, to be honest, I do not really enjoy the prequel episodes.
We're on the same page there. I didn't enjoy them either.
No, I have to confess that I belong to the old guard, you know,
Yeah.
and definitely have faith in the original trilogy. I mean, on episode 4, 5, and 6. Um, it's a big issue for fans like us,
Yeah.
and I have discussed that point several times with friend of mine, and in many contexts. But we think, and I think particularly that George Lucas, so to enhance the outreach of Star Wars to younger people,
Yes.
which gave birth for what is a disaster for me, Jar Jar Binks.
Yes, and the conversations between Anakin and Padme. I
Yes.
also think these are not very well written and put
No,
into
it's
scene.
it's it's very sugary. I really would have preferred him to keep the feeling of the first trilogy,
Yes.
which is unfortunately missing to these prequel episodes.
Yes, like Han and Leia, they don't work together like Padme and Anakin
No,
do. No.
definitively not.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
that was more charming. I think so too. So, is Star Wars your favorite? Star Wars Lego, is that your favorite, and why?
Yes, it is. It is. I also love another universe of Legos, which is the Lord of the Rings,
Mm-hmm.
because I also spend many hours playing role-playing games on the Lord of the Rings. But I have to confess that regarding the Lego lineup,
Mm-hmm.
it's really the Star Wars one that I prefer. Uh, I think it's because Lego knew how to develop a full range of products and maintain the spirit of the film
Mm-hmm.
throughout its lineup. Uh, Moreover, I would say the Lego Star Wars range addresses itself as much to the children as to
collector.
further like I am. So the first, I would say, the children have discovered Star Wars universe through the prequel episode, the one we were commented before, and the second, I would say, people of our generation, David, probably much more through the original trilogy.
Yes.
But what I prefer mainly in the Lego lineup, and by far, is the very high number of minifigs that they developed, that they created, with so many details. And it's the heart of my collection, of my passion for Lego Star Wars lineup, let's say.
And a question we haven't spoken about before, but I want to ask you personally: are you familiar with the Kubricks? Obviously, you are.
Oui, sorry.
The Kubricks, they are looking kind of like a Lego figure. They are a Japanese toy from Medicom.
No, not at all.
No, you haven't seen them. You should really check them out. They have
yes,
some
really?
weird characters you can't find in the Lego universe yet.
Okay, great. I will check after the interview. Thanks for the advice.
It's a just Google Star Wars Kubrick, and Kubrick is written like the name of the filmmaker.
Yes, of the film.
Kubrick.
Yeah, of course. And you say it's a Japanese brand.
It's a Japanese brand called Medicom, I think.
Minicom. Okay.
Yeah. So just that on the side. The next question: has your taste in toys changed over the years, and what did you enjoy in the past?
In fact, not so much. When I was a child, I'm currently 41, so I'm not a child
40.
anymore, like you. I was mainly used to play with Playmobil. It's a famous German brand, indeed, you know. But also to Legos, and especially for both universes, with everything concerning the Middle Ages, the knights, the castles. And the space. At that time, I mean, when I was children, the Star Wars license didn't exist at Lego, and I was used to play with what the fans are currently used to call the classic space sets. You know, if you have seen the film The Great Adventure of Lego, one of the main characters is Benny. So it's the heritage of that period of the classic space sets of Lego. And I was really fascinated by that themes. I had many sets of that theme. So much so that 2 years ago, I find on Breaklink my boyhood spaceship. So it was really a great moment of happiness to rebuild it after so many years. And as a teenager, which is considered as the dark age for the Lego fans, I unsurprisingly left my nephews and nieces my Legos and Playmobiles in order to devote my time to scale modeling, but also to role-playing games. And in fact, I rediscovered the Lego and the pleasure to play with when my sons grown up. And together we started replaying again to Legos.
Yeah. Great. I also enjoy the classic space Lego with the blue acrylic stuff.
Yes,
everything
exactly.
Before it turned red and green.
Do you have some sets?
Yes, I have some.
Are you also passionate by Lego sets?
I collect toys from the 80s and 70s that I enjoy, and I kept my childhood Legos. I kept them all in a big box, so the space sets have been saved. I sold all my Star Wars figures and Kenner figures and all the other toys, but the Legos stayed with me.
That's incredible, because I was unable to save all of them. Unfortunately, they have been all destroyed by my nephews and nieces, and unfortunately, I couldn't keep any one of them. So even the spaceship that I bought back on Breaklink was not mine. I just could feel, the feeling that I had when I was young building it, but unfortunately, it's not mine.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yes.
So, how long did you